Hey, what's going on everyone? ObscureEdge here, and today I'm bringing you the review for the World War Z game. So I don't know the last time I did a review, and I need to note right now that I've only done 2 of the 4 campaigns, and I'm still enjoying the game. So I haven't completed the game yet, but I'm going to tell you about my experience, pros and cons, etc., and give it a score out of 10, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comments below. So to start off, guys, due to the Walking Dead game flopping, I had pre-ordered. I played the open beta, and I thought it just wasn't for me. There wasn't enough content there and replayability, so I canceled my pre-order, and then soon after that game kind of flopped, which had me worried about World War Z. Even though I was looking at World War Z way before the Walking Dead game, I was still skeptical about it initially at first. Yes, essentially this game is a Left 4 Dead clone, but that just means you might be going into this game with high expectations. They are 2 different games. They are both fun and both require teamwork. It's a 4-player co-op zombie survival shooter. To me, there's not a horror aspect to it. It's a really good arcadey feel, and it's just good to jump in and out. So to start off, guys, I think every game, and this is one of the main important things about any game, is performance, and I must say these guys have honestly done a phenomenal job. I was able to run this game completely on max, ultra, everything, and stream with like little to no hiccups, and my computer is just above average. I'm running a 3.4 gigahertz processor and a 1078 gigabyte video card with 32 gigs of RAM, just to give you an idea of what I'm running. My computer is quite dated, and the parts that I have are quite used as well, and it still ran this game really well. To go back to the Walking Dead game, my game really struggled to play at all with that game. I don't know why. Everything's set to low and high. Nothing changed a damn thing. The game still ran kind of piss poor for me. Could have been a computer issue, but just goes to show with good optimization, even a low-end computer could still run a game good. And I must say, I'm impressed with that, and that's the one thing I definitely want to get out of the way. Right out of the gate, you shouldn't have, as long as you got a better computer than mine or an average computer like mine, you probably won't have any issues running this game, especially because I was streaming as well and I didn't have any issues. Anyway, besides that performance being very well, I will say I've not had any issues with the online hiccups like latency or anything like that. The game worked from the get-go, which is cool because they've hit all 3 platforms right out of the gate, which goes to show their servers are holding up quite well. Not too sure how the sales did on this game, so I don't know how many people are actually playing, but I will say I've not had any server issues, which I was surprised with being launch day, and coming across all 3 platforms is quite impressive, I must say. But yeah, anyway, getting into the game itself, there's tons of weapons. Every weapon you get upgrades for. There's different special infected, kind of like Left 4 Dead. There's like screamers, creepers, and I don't even know. There's a couple others out there as well, which give the game a bit of like differency, which is quite cool. As you can see on the screen here, they can have up to 500 zombies on the screen at once, which is more than Left 4 Dead could ever do. Left 4 Dead had around, I don't even know, maybe 40 to 60 max with a horde and, you know, events and stuff like that. So it's quite interesting to see this many zombies on the screen and having to react differently. This is a really like team-based kind of game, so when you kind of go in with AI, it's not gonna be as fun as if you played with 4 friends. I will say that. I did play with AI. They're all right. I mean, they're average AI. I would say they're the same as Left 4 Dead. Sometimes you'll be like sitting there and they won't save you right away and stuff like that. But that's just AI game. You buy this game for the co-op feature of it, and to enjoy it with your friends or even family if you got family that plays stuff like this as well. I've completed 2 of the 4 campaigns. Each campaign has 3 episodes and quite long. If you all die, the episode will fully restart. There is no checkpoints, nothing like that. And the game also has different difficulties. I think it has 5 difficulties in total, and it has recommended levels for them as well. Which, to be honest, I think if you're just starting the game, I think you'll be fine on normal. But if you're playing with AI, you might want to switch to easy. You might just so you can get used to it and stuff like that. I was playing on hard, and it gave me a nice challenge. Normal was quite easy with a full group of randoms, and hard gave us a nice challenge because a lot of the randoms I played with just don't have mics and stuff like that. I think with a team, though, I would definitely like to go to very hard or even insane with a full team. It would be really fun to communicate and stuff like that. It would be awesome. But for now, hard was doing me quite well. Higher the difficulty, the higher the XP you get, because you do gain levels in each class. Yes, there's classes to this game. I believe there's 6 in total. You could level up each class individually, which gives you different perks and attributes and stuff like that. Pretty much there's 4 different characters per campaign mode, and it does not matter what class you want to play. Every character could play every class, which is still quite cool, but at the same time I was hoping to have certain characters bind to certain classes, but I could also see why they left it open. So I just try to play a character that would suit the class that I'm picking. That's just personal preference though. Just to quickly note on the graphics, I think the graphics in this game look quite good. I really enjoyed the way it looked, and obviously I already told you the way it ran. It was quite well. When you have a horde of 500 zombies on the screen, it just looks so crazy seeing that many enemies coming at you, and it does make your spine tingle and make your butthole clench. It's quite good in that sense. And another thing to say is how many different zombie models there are. Of course there's duplicates, but at the same time there's so many different ones that you're not even going to notice the duplicates right away because you're fighting so many zombies. And that being said as well, they have zombies that are set for certain levels, so you'll see like builders in building areas and stuff like that, and civilians more on the street. Stuff like that kind of give you the concept to kind of, you know, add to that kind of area you're in, which is nice, that it's just not like a random horde every time. You know, it's zombies that kind of suit the area at the same time, which is nice. As I mentioned earlier about the classes, seeing how you can level up your classes and get perks for them, another thing to mention is every gun is upgradable. So every gun that you use, you're leveling up that gun. At the moment, the cap for each gun is level 5, and there's quite a lot of guns to level up. And each level you're able to then buy an upgrade for that gun. And not only does it change how it works in game, it also changes the look, so it makes a bit more sense to why can't I hold more shotguns in the, shotgun shells in this shotgun? Oh, because now I have a bigger, you know, ammo tube on the bottom of it, stuff like that. So not only does it add to in-game damage, stuff like that, less recoil, it actually adds to the gun itself and changes it, which is cool because it could give you a bit of difference between other players' guns. One thing I did also want to note on as well is if you upgrade the gun, say you upgrade it to completely to level 5, but you're noticing, oh shit, now I'm playing on normal difficulty and it's way too overpowered, it's stupid. You could actually downgrade the gun and re-upgrade it as much as you like. You don't have to pay additionally to downgrade it or re-upgrade it. You'll always have the part, you just change out the part that you don't want, which I thought was quite cool, because there is going to be a time where you're going to have a gun that's fully upgraded and maybe it is too overpowered and you want it a bit more realistic or something like that. So that's something that I thought was really cool that they added, that you could downgrade your gun or re-upgrade it again without having to spend additional currency. How you get currency in the game is just by beating the level. It's basically just like XP points that you could use to spend on your upgrades and stuff like that. Like I mentioned earlier, the higher the difficulty, the more XP you're going to get, and of course the more kills you do and the more, you know, saving your teammates and stuff like that, you get scored on all of that, which is another thing to note. Just like Left 4 Dead, at the end of the game it gives you a tally of everything, how many headshots you got, how many zombies you killed, how many people you saved, everything like that, so you can see who really is a team player, which is quite cool. Especially if you're playing amongst your friends, you could, you know, poke fun at your buddy going, you only got 100 kills and I got 600. Well, you're a noob, and you're just fucking teasing your friends. So the next time they'll fucking get like 600 kills and you're at 3, and he's like, oh yeah, guess what, I just fucked your shit up. But anyway, so moving on, at launch you get 4 campaigns. Each campaign has 3 episodes, like I mentioned. You get quite a few guns, 6 different classes to play and upgrade, along with like upgrading your guns and stuff like that, and of course the PvP mode. I don't know what they're going to be doing in time for DLC or not, but one thing you need to mention, this game is £32, whereas say Days Gone, for instance, that's £50. So this is not a full price game, and you got to really take that in consideration when you think about this game as well. It's not a full price game. If they bring out more DLC, it'll be interesting to see either extensions to the original campaigns with certain characters, or if they're going to bring out a new cast of characters each time, because obviously each campaign has a different set of characters. So it's going to be interesting to see where the DLC comes, like what DLC comes up. I really hope they expand on this game and bring more campaigns. I still have 2 to do, but saying that, the 2 that I just beat, still tons of replayability, especially when I start playing with friends and stuff like that, and harder difficulties, leveling up guns and stuff. There is hours and hours of gameplay here. It's got loads of replayability, just like Left 4 Dead in a sense, even though the verses isn't the same concept as Left 4 Dead. It's for you against 4 other people in a map with the zombies as well, and you're just, it's just basically a shooter in that sense. It's cool that they added that PvP perspective in as well, so it's a competitive game but also a nice co-op game at the same time. So we're going to quickly go over the HUD. I should have probably did that beforehand, but hey, let's just get it over and done with now. So top left, you have your mini-map, which shows your teammates and your objective. When red light shines toward your you on the mini-map, it's actually the way the enemies are coming, which is always nice. Near the bottom right, you have your teammates' names and health bars and what they're carrying. So if you see someone with one bar of health and you can see he doesn't have a med kit and you have one, he's probably going to need you to heal him. Most likely, or if he has a health kit and he's low HP, and then you don't have to worry about him because you know he could just heal himself whenever he needs to. Underneath their stuff is all your stuff, so you got your 4 health bars, your gun, its ammo, secondary gun and ammo, and your special ability. As you can see, I have Molotovs for mine, but you say if you're playing Medic class, you're going to have healing stems instead. Depending on your class, that's going to be different for you, but every class obviously has a special ability. So I'm going to quickly cover the cons that I had during my time of playing the game, and the one main con I had was I had 2 black screens. The game just hard crashed on the first map, and then on the second map. Has it crashed since? I'm not too sure why it even crashed, but it hard crashed so bad I had to restart my computer because it just wouldn't let me close the game, which was annoying because I was streaming and then I had to reload the stream and stuff like that. It was really frustrating, but I didn't let it put me off because I got right back into it and I started playing. I'm not too sure if anyone else has had these black screens on PC, but yeah, I had 2 of them, and I don't know if there's more to come. Hopefully not. Another con I would say I had on the first map, I don't know if this is going to be spoilers or not, but as soon as you leave the building, we tried to leave the building, and then we had an invisible creeper constantly just killing us. We couldn't kill it. Eventually, somehow, the creeper just fucking died on its own, I guess. It was invisible, and it kept jumping on us, and it kept pinning someone, and it was really buggy. It was like basically a ghost zombie killing us, and it was annoying. Those were my 2 major cons, I would say. If I had to say a third con, I think the AI need a little bit of just a little bit more work, a bit more mapping and stuff. I've seen some zombies get stuck and not move and stuff like that, and they run circles around you and not even hit you, which pulls you out of the atmosphere a bit, which is a little bit of a letdown. But those are things that could be hot fixed, you know what I mean? Those are things that could be, fixed over time with patches and stuff like that. Trying to think of any other issues I had. I really can't think of any. Besides a couple of animations being buggy with sometimes you'll shoot a zombie and he'll fall normally with an animation, and sometimes you'll shoot him and he instantly ragdolls, which was a little bit annoying just to see it happen right in front of you. But once again, I'm trying to really pick at cons here. The 2 major cons I said were the black screen and of course the invisible zombie, which never repeated itself, but something worth mentioning. So to quickly just touch on some of the gameplay here, it's similar to Left 4 Dead with horde events, preparing your defenses, defending someone, or just getting certain objectives and getting your way through the map. As far as I can tell, there's only one route you could always take to finish each level. There is other routes, but they're quickly cut off, and it's just for extra items. Say if you found a C4 explosive, you might be able to find a room or a building that's locked up, and you could blow it off and get some extra goodies in it. But as far as I can tell, it's one route for each level to complete it. So to quickly summarize everything, guys, like I said, overall performance, the game runs amazing on Ultra. If you got a decent computer or even an average computer like mine, it runs great. You know what I mean? The graphics look great. I like them. Some people might not like them, but I think the graphics look pretty damn decent. The gameplay is great if you like arcadey kind of 4-player co-op shooters, and if you like zombies, it's just gonna add to your enjoyment even more. If you're a Left 4 Dead fan like myself, I really enjoy this game. For some of the same reasons and some different reasons as well. It's a really fun game. Keep in mind this isn't a full price game, so just keep that in mind when you're kind of judging it and stuff like that. I think this game is actually worth every penny that I spent. I was a little bit skeptical about it at first just because of the Walking Dead game, but after seeing the bit of footage, talking to a couple of other streamers, and from playing what I've played, even with the bugs that I've had, which were only a few, I still think this game is worth a buy. And only time will tell what will come of this game, if what DLC we could expect and stuff like that, and we'll have to see. I'm not too sure how this game will kind of branch into competitiveness with 4v4s. I'm sure people will enjoy it, but mainly I think people are buying this just purely for the co-op aspect of it. If I had to mark this game out of 10, I was saying in my stream at first maybe a 6.5 and 7 due to the issues I did have, and only playing 2 of the 4 campaigns. But if I really honestly had to give this game a number, I would say maybe 7.5 to 8. I would say, depending on if you're playing with friends and stuff like that. It has minor bugs and there is room for improvement on it, but it's a fun arcade shooter. It's not a full price game. It'll give you hours of entertainment and fun, and it's just great. Good replayability, tons of stuff to upgrade, different characters to play through. Overall, I think it's definitely worth a buy. If you guys enjoyed this review, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll think about doing more reviews in the future, but for now, this is ObscureEdge, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.